The Democrats of California have finally hit a new low, proposing a bill regarding taxing text messages. And this is not fake news. There's been multiple local media outlets that have actually reported on this in the city of Los Angeles. Democratic cities like California, they'll put a tax on anything. It started with the plastic bags, and now pretty much every store has them at 10 cents. That's the average that you'd have at each store. But when you go to major stores, then that goes up to 15 cents. I used to live in San Diego, California for one summer where I stayed in Ocean Beach. And one thing that I realized really quick is that the taxes were crazy. So when I went to the grocery store, it was just unbelievable for the total price. But in comparison to Oregon's taxes, it just wasn't really livable for me because I wasn't so used to that. I wasn't so used to budgeting so quickly. So I ended up not really able to have as much groceries as I would be able to buy in Oregon. It was quite a reality check for me because I was younger. I was, a little bit more naive than I am right now. And I didn't really understand that when you move to a major city, that the taxes go up. Everything pretty much is taxed more. I mean, even if you buy orange juice from the local market, then that can be a lot too than if you were to buy orange juice in Oregon. Moving forward to last year is when Jerry Brown, the governor of California, and state lawmakers, they approved Senate Bill 1, unfortunately, and that happened during the springtime. The bill raised gas taxes by 12 cents per gallon. For diesel taxes, it was raised by 20 cents per gallon, and there's also additional 4% added for diesel taxes. Then at the end of the year, it was $25 to $175 for everybody to pay, depending on what the value of their car is at. Also in California, last year, they also made the registration fee go up, and then they said that the extra money for the registration fees that people are paying for, that's going to go to maintenance and road work. This is one step closer to the globalists actually trying to form this gray glob society where everybody acts and thinks the same. That way they can hold power financially and politically. So if everybody is the same, how is anybody going to do something so significant because they can't ever make the difference? Now we have places like Chicago in America that are actually teaming up with PlayStation so that they could put a 9% amusement tax for gamers while they're using their console. At this point, some people in power, I bet they would just love to put a tax on breathing air. And I'm not even joking. They would seriously try to put a tax on breathing air. They'd say it goes here and there, maybe a charity, it goes a split one way to a charity, the roads, of course, the parks, and then call it good. In the city of Chicago, the existing amusement tax actually goes for something like if you go to a live musical, if you want to go to the movie theater. Anything that's entertaining, anything that is fun is going to have that tax of 9% on it. So now things that are online, kind of like the PlayStation for video game streamers or anybody that's really using that console, they're going to get charged. There's also one on Spotify too that charges, and I think it's like Hulu, maybe Netflix, other sites like that too. That would be included as well. Personally, I believe it's honestly absurd to be charging people every single time that they want to go out and have fun. When someone's working a 9-to-5 job and then it comes to the weekend and then they're able to actually go out and be able to enjoy themselves, they don't want to be charged with taxes left and right. Going back to the new potential texting tax in California, I believe that if this proposal becomes a true reality, then the people of California are going to get up, they're going to go in their cars, they're going to go trains everywhere, planes, and leave. The reason behind the plan for charging for text messaging would basically be so that the remainder of that money would go to people that can't afford a cell phone so that they can have access to having a new cell phone. And I don't think anybody needs a cell phone. I don't think that's something that you actually need right now. You don't actually need to be having a phone. There's internet, we have libraries, so therefore you are good. And nobody should be paying your phone for you. Nobody should be paying for other stuff for you. I don't think either. Nothing like that. If this bill goes through, the people in California, they're going to have enough of taxes. They're going to be like, we're getting actually taxed on our text messages. This is not okay. I'm done. Not everybody. Some people are going to, of course, be okay with it and think that everybody's obligated to have the latest phone. Giving someone a new cell phone does not help them with poverty. We need to actually focus on bigger issues in our country with the homeless and with veterans, people that are actually in need. What's next? Giving someone a house or a car because they're too poor to afford it? No. How about living in your means, creating a budget, and working for what you want in life? That's how you escape poverty, not by fantasizing about what you don't have. What is California going to do next? Try to give someone a new house or a new car because someone's too poor to afford it? Maybe even a pool? You have to feel bad because they don't have like a pool like everyone else? I mean, what is this? What are we doing here? This is not real. This is a total waste of time. Well, that's all I have for today's video, but I hope you enjoyed what I had to say about this matter. I'll be back tomorrow with a new video, so stay tuned.